George's Woodshop is sponsored by MiniMax and by I Would Like. Check out their products at iwouldlike.com. Welcome to the first collaborative project between George's Woodshop and I Would Like. Now this here is the MiniMax FS30 Classic, and it's a combination machine which does both jointing and thicknessing. Now in this video I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the machine and explain to you why I decided to go a combination machine instead of two separate dedicated machines. So this is the machine, and as you can see it's got both jointing capabilities up the top here and thicknessing capabilities down below. Now it's got a 300mm or 12-inch wide cutter head, and it's got these really nice in-feed and out-feed tables, so a nice length. Now something that you can't really see from this angle, which is really nice, is the thicknessing table. This is 600mm long, or in other words about 2 foot. So that is a really nice sort of luxury to have on both long pieces and short pieces. Now, the fence on this thing is aluminium, and as you can see it's nice and tall, and it's got this really nice solid cast iron foot, or whatever this thing down here is called, and it is rock solid, so a really nice fence to have. Now you might be surprised to see that I haven't gone for a spiral cutter head. Now this isn't just a normal straight knife cutter head though, this is called a terser cutter block. Now, unlike your conventional straight knife cutter head where you would slide the knives in from the top and you would kind of set it with Gibbs screws and kind of get it level to the tables, this one you actually slide it in through the side of the table, and when you fire it up it drives some wedges in and it just locks it all into place. So there's no setting involved and it's a really quick changeover. Now I will be doing an additional video on this cutter block to show you sort of some of its benefits over a conventional straight knife cutter head, and also explain why I decided to stick with a terser style cutter head instead of going for the optional spiral cutter head. Now this is it set up in its jointing configuration. Now the major compromise that you kind of have with a combination machine like this is that you have to switch from jointing mode to thicknessing mode, which can take some time. Now this machine, I actually timed it. It took me 42 seconds to go from fully set up for jointing to fully set up for thicknessing. So that's a really quick changeover, and something that I really like about this machine. So why did I go for a combination machine instead of two separate machines? Well, you'll remember in my last workshop, which was pretty big, it was about 200 square meters, I had a 15-inch thicknesser, I had a 14-inch joiner, I had an 8-inch joiner, and I even had a 400mm wide drum sander. So I was definitely set up for thicknessing timber and surfacing timber. But if I tried to fit all of that into this workshop, which is about 25 square meters, I would have absolutely no room. So that is kind of the key reason, was space. Another thing for me was capacities. Now I know it sounds a bit greedy, but 8 inches is far too small after you're used to working on a 14-inch wide jointer. So I really needed a jointer that would be at least 10 inches, preferably 12, and that's what I've got here, so a nice 12-inch machine. Now there's plenty of dedicated 12-inch joiners out there, but they're, well, one, they're incredibly expensive, and two, the amount of space they take is just huge. So the machines themselves are generally really long when you get at 12-inch models, not to mention the width. So yeah, 12-inch tables, but the casework is generally a bit wider than that, but the big killer on them is the fences. Now they've generally got a center support in the middle, which has a long rail, and you need to have the machine at least 300 to 400mm away from the wall. So in a workshop like this, it's just not an option to go for a dedicated 12-inch jointer. Now those two things for me were the deciding factors. However, there is one other thing that is very important when looking at machinery, and that is the price. Now let's just ignore brands and all that for now and just say that we want to go entry-level, sort of cheaper machines that are made in China or Taiwan or somewhere like that. Now the cheapest 12-inch dedicated jointer I could find was $3,500, which is pretty expensive, no one can deny that. And then on top of that, you still need your thicknesser, and let's say an entry-level thicknesser is about $1,500 or $1,600. Now, those machines are nothing special, they're just a simple machine with a straight knife cutter block and, you know, no bells and whistles. That's already at $5,000. Now, compare that cost to a entry-level combination machine. Now, you know, this is something similar build quality made in China or Taiwan. You're looking at about $2,500 for something like that. So you're saving about half that cost, and you're getting the capacity you wanted and a smaller footprint. Now that is for an entry-level machine. Now let's compare that to a machine like this. So this is a high quality European built machine which is super accurate. It's got a nice cutter head, and everything about it is just high quality. Now you're going to be paying about the same as getting two separate machines, so it may not sound like it's much of a saving, but what you're getting is quality. So you're getting a machine that is super high quality, made with really nice components, and everything about it is just top notch, and it will outlast those other machinery, no question. Plus this will easily handle everything you throw at it. Now that's comparing this machine to entry-level machines, but let's say that you're wanting higher quality dedicated machines. Well, for a nice European fit 12-inch joiner, you're looking at least $5,000, and that's also the kind of basic level. And for the thicknesses, you're looking at least $3,000. So there is a lot of savings to be had when you're comparing it to similar quality machines. Now, why did I go for the MiniMax machine in particular? Well, I just mentioned the major thing, and that is build quality. So, you know, I'm out here every day and I am really asking a lot of my machines. So I wanted something that would last, and the MiniMax machines here are super high quality and the components on them are just top notch. So that definitely met that bill. Now, another big thing was the cutter head. Now, I never would go a conventional straight knife cutter head again. And you know me, I love a spiral cutter head, but I actually think I love the Tersa cutter head just as much because you've got the ease of use. Now, if you want, you can have multiple knives on the go, so you can have a roughing set and a smoothing set, and it only takes about 30 to 40 seconds to change out a full set of knives. So while it is a straight knife cutter head, you don't have any of the dramas that are associated with it, so hard changeovers and all that sort of stuff. So I really like this. Now, of course, there is an optional extra of a spiral cutter head for this machine, but personally I didn't feel it was worth the extra upgrade price because these Tersa heads are just so awesome. Now lastly, the sponsorship deal definitely did help things along, but to be completely honest, I was inquiring about this machine, so sending emails and having phone calls well before the sponsorship deal was even in the works. So I'm actually kind of hesitant to even include that as a contributing factor to me deciding to get the MiniMax machine, but because it did help things along, I'm including it in there just to be safe and to make sure that no one kind of goes, well, you're getting sponsored. So I am going to include it in there, but in all honesty, even if there wasn't a sponsorship deal, this is probably the machine I would have ended up with. Okay, so that's it for this video. So if you want more information on this machine, you can find all the details over at the I Would Like website, so iwouldlike.com, and that should have all the information you want. And it's actually a kind of cool website anyway, so check it out anyway. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you click that thumbs up button and maybe even leave a comment below. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down there because I am putting out new videos every week. So click that subscribe button and stay up to date. So like always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.